Okay, today we're going to move on to a completely different topic, and we're going to talk about logic. So we'll start by talking about conditional statements, which we call if-then statements. That means these things are always going to start with the word if, and the word then is going to be somewhere around the middle. And these statements have two parts, one that we call a hypothesis, and that's the stuff that comes after the word if and before the word then, and the conclusion is the part that comes after the word then. So the if and the then are not involved in either the hypothesis or the conclusion. So if we look at this conditional statement, if you skip class, then you will get written up. You skip class is the hypothesis, you will get written up is the conclusion. So let's do a couple of these. Here, if the rain falls in Spain, then it lands mainly on the plain. So between if and then is my hypothesis, and I'll do all those in green. I'll do my conclusion in blue. It's all the stuff after then, so it lands mainly on the plain. If it is a teacher workday, then students will have the day off. The words after if and before then are my hypothesis. It is a teacher workday. The stuff after then, students will have the day off, is my conclusion. So go ahead and pause and try this last one. So if you are in geometry, then you are in math class. You are in geometry comes after if and before then, so that's my hypothesis. You are in math class is the stuff that comes after then, so that is my conclusion. So we can write conditional statements symbolically as well, so we have some symbols here to talk about. This arrow to the right means if-then. We usually use P, the letter P, to represent a hypothesis, and the letter Q to represent the conclusion. So if you look at this symbolic statement right here, that says if P, then Q. So I'll give you a P statement and a Q statement, and I would like you to write this if P, then Q. So I start with the word if, and then I put my P statement. Then I put in the word then, and I put the statement that is Q, someone is walking by the house. So my whole if-then statement becomes if the dog is barking, then someone is walking by the house. I can do the same thing here. If I want to write these two statements in an if-then form, if P then Q becomes if a quadrilateral has a perpendicular diagonals, then the quadrilateral is a rhombus. So go ahead and pause and give this one a shot. So you should end up with if a triangle has three congruent angles, then the triangle is equilateral. So I have two questions here. The first one has two parts, so type those in for answer 1 and 2, and then type your answer to this next one for answer 3, and I'll answer any questions in class.